say maybe the players that responded or kind of come together since Saturday afternoon?
Can you ask that again?
Can you just kind of describe how the players have come together since Saturday afternoon? Obviously a tough game for you guys.
Well, I would say maybe I would be able to answer this a little bit better tomorrow, just because we really haven't, talked too much about it, as players, as a team. But I still feel like everybody understands that, with these next two games, we're still able to, go out there and showcase ourselves and just be able to play the game, the game that we love, the game we came here for. So me speaking on the behalf of, the team, we're going to be working this week to be able to beat Penn State. We're going to be working next week to be able to beat Iowa. We're not going to change that up. We're not going to be, some new team all of a sudden just because of what our record is. We're still going to be, with that drive to be able to push forward and finish off the year right. To add on to that, we're not only doing this for, to put ourselves in a good spot for next year, but to do this for our seniors, the guys that are here, the guys that deserve better than being done, after the regular season. They deserve a bowl game. So we're gonna work our tails off. I know they're gonna, because this is it for them, and for the younger guys, we're gonna do the same for them.
You talk about beating Penn State and Iowa. What do you fall back on in these moves? Is there something about the team that you can kind of fall back on when you talk about those aspirations?
Well, you got to understand how much work we put in the off season. If you don't believe, in yourself throughout this season, no matter what, the record is, then I don't know why you're going to be playing while you'll be out there. I believe in my team. I believe my team believes in each other, and we're going to prepare really hard for this Penn State game. It's going to be fun being able to go down there and, experience the whole scene of, their whole stripe game and all that stuff. It's going to be fun. But being able to play top caliber guys like them is also a good thing for our seniors and, for guys that are playing, just to be able to see ourselves against other really good athletes.
What did you see out of Patrick on Saturday when he came into the game? What stuck out about him?
Somebody that's motivated to do everything he can for the team, just like Tanner. They both are going to give it everything they have. Patrick, he surprised me a little bit, with his running. I didn't see that coming, but he was doing it well, and I was happy that he was doing it. So it's good to see that, he's comfortable enough to take off when he needs to and then throw the balls that he was throwing. So throughout this week, don't know exactly what's all going to happen, but I'm comfortable with either one of our quarterbacks.
Do you have to get used to this? I guess we'll go for even last season, too, with Tommy and Riker. Do you have to get used to how each quarterback maybe plays in the pocket? Maybe one guy likes to be over here, one guy has to be over here. Is that something you got to adjust to, or you had to last year, or may have to just this week?
I would say last year it was a bigger adjustment, just because, Tommy being the runner type he is to Riker staying in the pocket. Both POB and Tanner, they both are guys that are going to be, more in the pocket, but adding on to what I said before, Patrick bringing his feet and doing the runs that he was doing, I was happy to see, that if that's a part of his game, then we'll be ready for it. It worked out well when he was doing it, so good decision making on his part, and I'm excited to see what comes to with him, and hopefully that both him and Tanner will both be able to play in the game.
Was there anything about, because it looked like you guys got a real good rhythm over like 4 or 5 games, knowing where Tanner was going to be in the pocket. You guys didn't give up, I don't know, maybe 2-3 sacks that whole time. Then Patrick comes in, I think he was sacked 6 times. So maybe some of that was him just holding on to the ball, but was it a little bit different when he was out there, or?
Well, I don't know. I don't really notice too much of a difference just from my position. So I can't talk, as the whole O-line for what they feel. As a tackle, I don't know if maybe he sits back, farther in the pocket, or he's closer to the center. I don't know for them, but for at least my position, I felt like it was about the same. We are gonna, I guess, if there is problems like that, we'll figure it out throughout this week. In the sense of where we need to understand where he's going to be in the pocket, and I mean we all know that comes with time. Just being able to feel where the guy's going to be, and for him to know, what kind of blocks that we're used to, in the sense of throwing him upfield or trying to stone him all the time. So we'll get used to it throughout this week of, working to be ready to play a good Penn State team.
Jerald, earlier in the season, Penn State was in the conversation for the national championship in the top 5 goals. Is that a team that you kind of looked at in high regard throughout the year?
Oh yeah, definitely. Penn State is it's a really good program. It's another one of those programs that people always remember, as always being a really good team in general with good coaching. So I really am excited for it. It's going to be a whole lot of fun to be able to go against the stars that they have, on the D-line and in their linebackers. So I guess I'll be excited for it. I hope all the other O-linemen will be. I think they will be, just because it gives you a chance just to see that much more talent and really put yourself in a, how good am I kind of, aspect. So when we get to play them, I'm going to be excited and ready to go.
We talked on Saturday about teams finding and exploiting weaknesses. So is there something specific that if you could take a big jump this week in terms of finding and fixing a weakness, what would it be?
Well, finding and fixing our weaknesses, I guess, in the broad aspect, I would say inconsistency of our run game. I felt like we started off the game against Minnesota. We were running it really well. And just not being able to keep that throughout the whole game, and being able to finish when we needed to, in the 4th and 1s that we had, us not being able to get what we needed from those. I think that goes back to consistency of just the push that we give. So as an O-line, I really do hope that we're gonna be working on, just being able to get our blocks down. Anything else, I don't know exactly. Again, I haven't even watched film with our coaches. I've watched it by myself. I haven't watched it with our coaches yet. So what they say and what they feel about what we need to do is what we're going to go with. And I guess we'll see here in a little bit. But, when I'm talking about weaknesses and things like that, I'm saying that obviously we didn't play like we can, and there are weaknesses that were shown. And through this next week, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out our problems, and we'll go forward with that. That's the only way that you can play the football, the game of football. I feel like Bama, and other big schools like that, they're doing the exact same thing. So it's not like that's a new thing. I'm not saying anything new, but we'll definitely figure it out here soon. We good?